From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the Hourly News Blast. Advocate is reporting the Trump administration says it is working to restore specialized suicide prevention services for LGBTQ plus youth through the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by the end of the year, nearly a year after shutting them down. However, the implementation is being complicated by Trump administration's exclusionary policies regarding transgender Americans. A spokesperson for the Department of Health and Human Services confirmed the move. In a statement to the Advocate, a Health and Human Services spokesperson said SAMHSA, or Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, is working with the 988 network administrator, Vibrant Emotional Health, to reactivate the Press 3 options by the end of the year. The spokesperson described the effort as part of Congress's fiscal year 2026 directive to restore the services. In a Tuesday, correspondence to a bipartisan group of lawmakers obtained earlier by the Advocate, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration said on behalf of Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. that it is evaluating how to restore the 988 Lifeline specialized services for LGBTQ plus youth, commonly known as the Press 3 option, following Congress's direction in fiscal year 2026 funding legislation. The letter was addressed to Representative Raja Krishnamurthy, an Illinois Democrat, and copied to Representatives Sharice Davids of Kansas, Brian Fitzpatrick of Pennsylvania, and Seth Moulton of Massachusetts. Representative Michael Lawler, a New York Republican, was also copied on the letter. But the agency also said any restoration would need to comply with President Donald Trump's Executive Order 14168, which requires federal agencies to recognize only two sexes and rejects federal recognition of transgender identities. SAMHSA is currently assessing the most appropriate approach to implementing this congressional directive for the Press 3 option within the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, while ensuring compliance with Executive Order 14168. Christopher Carroll, SAMHSA's Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary for Mental Health and Substance Abuse, wrote. He noted that the law specifically requires LGBTQ plus youth cultural competency training for counselors and the establishment of a system that routes LGBTQ plus youth to specialized providers. The announcement marks a notable reversal from the administration's position last year. Congress could not have been clearer. The Trump administration must restore the 988 Lifeline's Press 3 option, the specialized crisis services for LGBTQ plus youth. Yet, in response to concerns I raised, the administration acknowledged Congress directed the restoration of these life-saving services, but said it is still determining how to do so in compliance with President Trump's executive order targeting so-called gender ideology, Krishnamurthy said in a statement responding to the SAMHSA letter. Executive orders cannot override federal law, and Congress already settled this question. The Trump administration must restore these services, including for transgender young people. In 2025, SAMHSA announced it would eliminate the LGBTQ plus youth specialized services, arguing it would no longer silo LGBTQ plus callers into a dedicated subnetwork and instead would serve all callers through the broader 988 system. The administration simultaneously proposed eliminating the program's dedicated $33.1 million funding stream while maintaining funding for the National Suicide Hotline. We'll have the second half of this story tomorrow morning. You can also find the video versions on the PEP Radio YouTube channel. That's a news blast for this hour. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.